Welcome to the MS Gym podcast, where we give you the tools to live life by design, not by diagnosis. I'm your host, Brooke Slick, and here we go.
What is up, MS Gymmers? How you guys doing? When you look at the title of Tomorrow May Change Everything, what does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel excited? Does that make you feel hopeful? Does that make you feel optimistic? Or does that make you feel skeptical? Does that make you feel discouraged? Does that make you feel angry? Because you've been trying, and it doesn't seem like anything's working. How do those words make you feel? That tomorrow, everything could change for you. Tomorrow, you could lift your leg. Tomorrow, everything could change. Tomorrow, you could wake up after feeling like you got hit by a truck and you stand up with no pain. Tomorrow, you could get up, take your first step and be like, I'm not wanting to fall. Tomorrow, you could wake up and actually feel like you slept. Tomorrow, you could go through the whole day not having to take a nap, not having to rush to the bathroom. Tomorrow, you could take a walk with your husband. You could play with your children. You could get down on the floor with your dogs. Your vision could clear. You could spend time with your husband or wife the way that, in an intimate way that husband and wives are supposed to. You could spend time and rekindle a relationship with your kid. You could, that you haven't talked to in 10 years. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? And when I say the word tomorrow, a lot of times people think in this singular way. They think in this singular linear way that tomorrow is like one day, but tomorrow is really just kind of an arbitrary relative time unit. Because tomorrow could be a week. Tomorrow could be a month. Tomorrow could be 12 weeks. Tomorrow could be a year. Like, think about how quickly a year goes. Like, when I look at my girls, I look at my girls and I'm like, how is one of them going to be 5 and the other one just turned 3? I get these notifications on Facebook when things pop up and they're like 2 years ago, 1 year ago today, 5 years ago today. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, whoa, like, how did that happen? That was 2 years ago. It's been 3 years since we went to the zoo. It's been 4 years since I remember that day when Isla wore that shirt and she was dancing around in that hat. I remember that day when you and I took the day to go and hang out and walk the dogs. I remember that day that was my, that was our, someone's birthday. So tomorrow is a relative term, but it's also an absolute mindset, right? So tomorrow is a relative term of time, but it's an absolute mindset, meaning that when you're looking for tomorrow and you're looking for the next opportunity to get better and you're looking forward to the opportunity and the expectancy that your body's going to improve, then the attitude of tomorrow becomes your mindset. But see, here's the thing with MS is that a lot of times you got to go through some really cloudy, dark, cold, bitter, windy, damp, tumultuous days that you just don't think you're going to get over. You just don't think you're going to get through. You just don't think that you can go on. Let's face it. A lot of you have gone through those thoughts. Even some of my rock star, superstar MSers that, we celebrate, they were like, oh my gosh, look what this person did. Like, I literally have had conversations with people where they're like, you know what? I'm glad we had this conversation today because I don't know how much longer I was going to be able to go on. I don't know how much longer I was able to handle this. I thought I was doing everything wrong. I thought that I would never get better. I thought that there was no plan for me. I thought I was doing everything I was supposed to, and yet it wasn't working. And the fact that you talked to me, the fact that we connected, the fact that you posted that comment allowed me to realize that I still have more. There's still more I can do. There's still more ways to fine tune things. There's still more ways to customize things. There's still more directives that I need to take. Like, here's the thing, you guys, like the results that you get and the results that you're seeing in the MS gym are kind of a slippery slope, right? It's amazing the things that are happening in the MS gym with the ones that are committed to this 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, even 1 day a week. We're getting some crazy results. The ones that are in the free group, the ones that are in the membership, the ones that are whatever I put out there, they're like, I'm going to do everything. And the ones that are like that are single moms with 2 kids trying to just fit in exercise. Like, there are miraculous things going on in the MS gym all the time. But see, the victories can charge us forward, but they can also kind of check us to see where we're at. And the thing is that we all want quick results, and we all want to get out of this hell that we're sitting in. We all want to get out of our current situation and start feeling better, right? But at the same time, when you think you're going all in and you're not seeing the results that you're not getting, you're like, well, I guess that's it. I guess that one program, it sounded like it was perfect and it's not working. And I did it every day for 3 weeks and I'm not seeing anything. Or I joined the membership and I did movement camp 1 round. And I started off barely being able to stand out of my chair and I'm not running yet. Right? Like, yeah. Okay. So you're in movement camp for 6 weeks. You've been doing a daily free guide for 3 weeks and you want these instant results, and we all get charged up by these results. But the fact of the matter is, you guys, is that results can do one of 2 things to you. They can either charge you forward and inspire you, which is what you really should be focusing on. If they can do it, I can do it too, because I have the exact same resources. I may not have the same story. I may not have the same MS body. I may not have the same condition, but like the same recipe, the MS recipe, but at least I know it's possible. I just have to find my way. Or the opposite side is, you know what? I want those results. I'm going to go get them. I'm going to commit the next 6 weeks and I'm going to run and I'm going to climb a mountain and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you get fired up to get after it. But then when the results don't happen in 6 weeks, or maybe you feel amazing in 5 weeks, but then you have a flare-up or a relapse on week 6, you're like, oh, God, like, this isn't for me. MS has me. Maybe this just doesn't work. Maybe Trevor doesn't know what he's talking about. I've tried this for 5 weeks and I'm flared up and now I'm going to quit. That makes me so sad. That makes me so sad, you guys, because let me tell you what. Most of the people, I don't know everyone's story because I can't speak to everybody on the daily, but most of the people that you see succeeding here in the MS gym have had a really difficult road, even since joining the MS gym, before the MS gym, and then during this whole process, they've had some horrendous days. They've had days where their hope and their momentum and their positivity and their attitude just got destroyed because all of a sudden, for no reason, they woke up and their leg was heavy and their foot was dropping and they were exhausted and they felt like they had a gigantic grizzly bear hanging on their back and they were so heavy and they couldn't speak. They couldn't see. Their bladder was a mess. Their meds weren't working. They were throwing up food, whatever it might be. That was their days. Like those are the true stories. Like whenever I sit in conferences and I hear testimonials and, I've been around gurus who share the testimonials and the stories and all this kind of stuff. And they talk about how great their program is and how great the results are. And look, this guy started from nothing and now look at him. Look, this guy started this or this guy had nothing and he was living in a cardboard box and now he's making $5 million a year. And woo, look at this system. Or you see this person with MS and they're running down the road with their hands overhead, like smiling, And I sit there in the audience and I'm like, you know what, man? You know what I really want to hear? Like, it's cool. Like, I love you. Like, awesome. Like, you're rocking it. You're getting your success. You put in the work. You've gone through it. But what I want to hear about are the days that you thought you could not do it. The days that you were ready to cash in and be like, I quit. The days that you thought you were on the right track and everything was working, and that you woke up the next morning and it felt like you were starting at ground zero. What did you do to overcome that? Like, what did you do to get your mind right to get over it? What did you do to not get tossed around the waves of uncertainty and hope, discouragement and encouragement, fired up, defeated, fired up, extinguished, fired up, put out? What did you do? Because I don't want to hear about how good the system works. I want to hear about how the system helped you and gave you a structure and gave you a framework that when you're getting your butt kicked, when you're getting just annihilated by life, whether that be your business or your marriage or your finances or your health, your MS, your Lyme disease, your transverse myelitis, your CP, your whatever the heck it might be, like, what did you do? Because that's what I want to see. That's the character that I'm looking for. That's the character that I'm looking for in a community, in a program, and with those I choose to share my life with. Having confidence in the things that you do not see and having hope in the things that you wish for, knowing that it is possible. Faith in yourself, faith in the people around you, faith in the process that you've committed to, faith in the program that you found, belief, truth, knowing, not just kind of thinking maybe this will work, I'll give it a whirl, but knowing that if I put in the work and if I put in the time, that something has to move. Like, I love the acronym PUSH. Persist until something happens. Push. Persevere until something happens. If you have a strong spiritual life, pray until something happens. That's what you do. And in the wake of what we've been talking about the past couple weeks, process until something happens. So here's the thing, you guys, is that this past weekend was pretty incredible. In the members group, there was 2 women who posted videos. And man, I was in the middle of maternity clothes shopping with Misty. And we're sitting there and I'm like picking out stuff for Misty and outfitting her and be like, oh, this will look cute and this will be fun and like this will look good and put this together. And like, that's just what I do. Another side of me. I'm like Misty's shopping buddy because I just like to dress her up, man. Like, who wouldn't, right? But we're sitting there in the middle of the maternity store and I'm holding clothes for Misty and she's picking out stuff and it was all about her. Like, the day was all about her. And I was like, look, babe, like, this whole day is about you. I just want to be with you. This is for your birthday. And, I had to look at my phone. I got prompted for some reason. I'm like, I got to check in with the members corner for some reason. Because there was like this lull and Misty was kind of toiling around the store. And I'm like, I just want to check something out. So, because I got a notification that Jody Feltham posted something in the members corner. And I was like, huh. Because Jody's been struggling, you guys. She is a bad mamma jamma moderator in this group. She is someone who has been diehard day one. She is someone who has like literally lived out the pray, push, and persevere until something happens life. And a month ago, we were on a call, and I could just see it in her face, man. And Jody's a strong woman, and she's pretty stoic. And in this call, and Jody, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but it's okay. We're a family. She expressed how she was going through a massive relapse. And she started crying, and she started tearing up, and she literally had to turn her video off so that we couldn't see her, because I guarantee you that behind that screen, she was just like, why? Why? I mean, her body literally shut down. And then in February, she was all excited. She got to go on a cruise with her husband, and they were all excited. They were going to get in the sun. They were going to be able to hang out, and everything was going to be all well and good. And she was so pumped because she'd worked so hard in the MS gym, and she was feeling great. Vacation didn't go so hot. Walking didn't go so hot. The beach wasn't what she thought it was going to be. The time away with her husband wasn't uninterrupted. So after a lot of conversation, a lot of prayers, a lot of words back and forth with Jody and Phil, her husband, and Misty and I just knew. I knew that she was going to be okay. Like, I knew that her brain was just processing. Her brain was just trying to figure it out. Her brain was just trying to put the pieces together and put all those vocabulary words and sentences together in some kind of paragraph, in some kind of essay, in some kind of document, in some kind of like master's or doctorate presentation thesis, because something was going to happen. Something big was going to happen. Guess what? She posted a video and she's like, I just felt like my body just wanted to do this. I hit play, didn't really know what to expect. And I saw this girl, one of my really good friends, running. A woman with primary progressive MS that they've told her that like Lemtrada won't even work for her anymore. They don't even know what's going to work for her anymore. That she basically were like, I don't even know what medications can work for you anymore. Running. Like, and then when she turns around and she comes back towards Phil, the smile on her face looked like my daughter on Christmas Day. Like, it was pure joy and relief and elation. And then the next day, Claire Pearson puts up a video. And she's like, you know what? Like, I saw Jody post this, and, you know, I haven't done this in a year, but let's just try it. And it shows Claire running down her road. She starts out like this big, and by the time she's done, she's like this big, like all the way down the road. Turns around, comes back, arms up in the air like Rocky Balboa with this red face of just like, again, just like childlike joy and elation. And I have to tell you about Claire. I'm not going to get into details, but dude, she's been a rock star since the day she started that membership program. She's talking to me on coaching comments. We've gone through a lot of stuff, but like a couple weeks ago, like she hit a wall. She hit a wall. She was like, Trev, I can't figure this out. Coach T, I'm doing everything right. Trev, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be doing all this stuff. Like, I'm stretching. I'm doing movement camp. I'm doing your companion guides. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing, you know, I'm getting to the gym. Like, we tried backing off. We tried pumping the brakes. We tried whatever, and nothing was working. Nothing was working. And again, I sat there and I'm just like, going through my like neuromuscular neuroplasticity geeko brain, and I'm like, okay, dude, like I know your cases. The minute I start working with you in coaching comments, like I know your case. It's weird. My brain knows your body. And I'm tracking through all the comments and the medical history with Claire, not reading them, but I'm going through them in my brain. I'm like, all right, like, so where do? We used this, we went through this, we did this, we moved on this, we backed this off, we released this, we stretched this. Nah, man, she's doing all the right stuff. She's doing all the right stuff. And I had, as a coach, I'm like, I just want to give you a solution, but I had to tell her, I'm like, Claire, you're doing all the right stuff. Your brain's just processing. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay the course. Be you. Rest well, hydrate well, eat well, and believe. Believe that you put in the work. Believe that you've shown up every day. Believe that even on your hard days, you still did your releases and stretches. Believe that you have done what you've needed to do. Believe that your brain is learning. Believe that you're learning a new language. Believe that we're overriding the patterns that were in your body before you even had MS. Before it even became a problem in your body. And she did. Claire ran. She was inspired by Jody, and Jody went first. But Claire suspended her disbelief. And with hip replacement and all, that little girl, okay, when I say little girl, that means that child trusted and ran because she saw one of her friends do it. How cool is that? Believe. Believe. Because here's the thing, you guys, like, straight up from a neuro-geeko standpoint, like, but here's the thing, you guys, is that MS, okay, MS is a movement problem. It's a functional problem, but it's a motor and a sensory problem. And so what happens with MS is that when those nerves start slowing down because of that demyelination, like, all hell breaks loose in your body. And the thing is that most people are not born with MS. Like, most people that get MS have had at least 20 to 25 minimum years in their life. And what I always tell people is that you've had 25 years of your life to screw yourself up. Meaning that there's already movement patterns in your body that are not good when you actually get MS. You may have a glute that doesn't work. You may have a weak core. You may have been hyperextending your knees all your life, ladies. You might have been lifting from your back all your life, guys, or knees. You may have gotten in multiple car accidents. You may have had a fall as a child. You may have had a concussion. You may have had some sports injury. You may have fallen on the ice. You may have, I don't know, you may have had some virus. You may have gotten sick. You may have had anything in your body. And when MS happens, it makes it worse. It takes all of those movement dysfunctions and amplifies them immediately. Or is it a progress? Your call. You decide what you want to believe. I think it's a progressional thing, but it shows up like all of a sudden. So the dysfunctional movement baggage that you showed up with when MS found you, what you were already carrying around, just amplified because of the condition. And then what happens is, because of MS, all this other stuff starts to happen. Your spasticity, your neurological problems, your autonomic nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, your liver, your bladder, your reproductive organs, your digestion, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your nose, everything. And then your body starts to compensate. Your leg gets weak, so therefore what do? You got to find other muscles so you can move. And then maybe your core was weak, and you got to figure out a way to breathe, so your diaphragm takes over and you get the MS hug. And then when all those start to happen, then more compensations happen because other muscles have to kick in to actually let you live your life. So here's the thing, you guys, is that the MS isn't just a linear, you get MS and you get this menu of symptoms. No. And that is why everyone is different. There's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of viruses and traumas and injuries and movement dysfunctions and athletic patterns and walking patterns and thinking patterns and feeling patterns and emotional baggage and everything else. And MS just makes it that much worse. I feel like MS locks those patterns into your body. And so the challenge with MS Gym and the challenge with exercise is we're not only having to counteract and kind of go like retrace and teach your brain how to pick something different in order to work around MS. We're basically having to work around your entire life and having MS chase us down. There is no rest. There is no like going to rehab and that's all you focus on. You have to live your life, right? You have to live your life. You have to take care of your kids. You have to tend to your marriage. You have to tend to your health. Besides MS, you have to keep a job. You want to keep hobbies. You want to keep enjoying life. You know, your favorite Netflix shows are on, like whatever it might be. So the thing is, you guys, is that I say this to tell you that this is not a linear program. This is not an A to B program. This is not a you start the MS Gym and in 3 to 6 weeks you're going to be jumping or running again. It's not that way. I've had people who have had massive success in the movement camp series that have been with me for like 12 weeks of training, and yet they're going back to the basics and they're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about all this stuff. And oh my gosh, now that the rest of my body works better, this foot drop series is happening faster. This reducing spasticity stretching series is working better. This neck pain series is so much more effective. Why? Because of the rest of your body is stronger. The rest of your body is correcting. The rest of your body is kicking in and helping you work your entire world. So that's the thing, you guys, is that you've got to realize that this is a multi-layered process. This is a multi-phasic process. There are many stages to your healing. And some of you may get emotionally better before you get physically better. Some of you may get mentally stronger before you get physically stronger. Some of you may get physically stronger and then mentally stronger, but your emotions are still a mess. Your relationships are still trashed. Your like lifestyle is like, oh my gosh, I got to get my life back. You have no idea what your body has gone through or what underlying issues there are. But I can tell you one thing, if you keep peeling back layer after layer after layer after layer, you will discover, DIS-cover, it's already there, waiting to be uncovered, to be discovered, what your recipe is that's going to get you back to the person you know you are. The body that you know you have, the mind that you know you have, the emotional state that you know you have, the spiritual life you know you have, the financial life you know you have, the social life you know you can have, all of that. This is a multiple layered process. And you cannot let the rise and fall of your success or failure dictate the level of your faith or belief. You cannot be in one day and out the next, in one day and out the next, in one day and out the next. It won't work. You've got to be all in from a heart standpoint, even though your brain may be jacking with you, even though your body may be jacking with you. A decided heart, you guys, will carry you through those storms. A decided heart will carry you through those broken relationships. A decided heart will carry you through those disappointing medical appointments. A decided heart will help you when you go from relapsing, remitting to primary. So what? You got a new label. The process doesn't change. You still have a decided heart. So you cannot let the rise and fall or the wind going at you left and right sway you from your direction, sway you from your focus, sway you from your purpose, sway you from your process, sway you from your community, sway you from your coach, and sway you from your program that is shown to be effective thus far. Now, if you're just starting, you don't have a basis. You just got to go and just trust blindly. But something will happen. You just got to find out where your body wants to start. And for those of you who have been here a while, some of the moderators and some of the people in the groups have made a great suggestion that when you are having success and you are having victories, that go ahead and write it down, record it, make your MS Gym journal, and write down what you were victorious at and write down what you struggled with. Because at the end of the day, you guys, this sucks. You're going to have some really crappy days. And you're going to have some days that you're like, is this even going to work? But when you flip back through those pages of where you've been, you will see that you've already accumulated victory after victory after victory. You will see that you're grateful for this person and this thing and this opportunity and this ability. And hanging your hat on the rungs of a grateful heart are the things that are going to allow you to keep climbing. A decided heart, a grateful heart, a hopeful heart is a perseverant heart, is a heart of character, and a heart that can weather the storm when it comes at you. Because even on the sunniest days around you, storms come. Even in the greatest times of your life, and as you stand on the summits of the world, on the mountains, the tallest mountains of the world, the summits have the greatest views on this entire planet, yet they're some of the harshest environments known to man. Think about that. So take in those summits, because you can't stay up there very long. Take in those summits and know that you've accomplished and you've conquered those mountains, because you got to come back down. Because there's not enough oxygen up there. And that's where it gets cold. And that's where the storms come. So you got to get back down to level ground again and do the work to prepare for your next summit. Prepare for your next summit. Prepare for your next summit, because in order to get to that summit, you got to climb. But you've got to train down here in order to climb up there. So you guys, there's some amazing things happening in the MS Gym. There's some amazing things happening inside each of you. There's some amazing things happening inside of me, inside of Misty. There's some amazing things happening in the MS community, period. And I know that the MS Gym and the momentum and the love and the acceptance of this community is changing the narrative and bringing hope into groups outside of us that I don't even know about. Because you guys are taking that torch and you're carrying it over, and you're lighting up the dark paths of those who cannot find the light themselves. So I just want you to know that you got to stay the course. I just want you to know that even on your bad days, you got to keep moving. Or you have to intentionally rest. Knowing that you are resting on purpose so that you can rise again tomorrow and try again. You can rise again tomorrow and take another shot. You can rise again tomorrow and go to work. And even on those bad days, you guys, I've had many people in all the groups tell me, you know what, I was having a bad day, but I heard your voice, Coach T, just being like, dude, just keep moving. Dude, just do something. Dude, just sit there and rub and release and stretch. And I have yet to have anybody be like, I regret I did that. I would have to say 100% to this point that most people are like, I'm really glad that I moved. I'm really glad that I moved. I'm really glad that I took that step and that I got my body moving again, because I feel better. My mind feels better. My brain feels better. My heart feels better. Everything just feels better. So you guys can do this. I believe in you with all my heart. I know that your bodies can change. I know, because I've seen it over 20 years. I've seen it over 71,000 sessions. And now with you guys, every comment, every coaching session, every video, every whatever, I mean, gosh, I would have to say I'm like well over 100,000 interactions now in my career. 100,000 touch points, interactions, sessions, appointments, whatever you want to call them. So you guys, I just want to sum up by being like, you need to stay the course, because tomorrow, next week, next month, next year could be the year that you walk, could be the year that you stand, could be the year that you play, could be the year that you don't have to sleep, could be the year that your marriage rekindles, could be the year that your son comes back, could be the year that you climb a mountain, could be the year that you run. It could be the month that you run. It could be the day that you run. Who knows? So I'm here for you guys. I'm your leader. I will not stop. This ball has been set in motion. My heart is decided and on fire, and so is the rest of my teams. We will find you. We will get you. We love you guys so much, and we just want to help you as much as we can. So get into your free exercise guides, exercisewithms.com. If you're ready, come join us in the membership, themsgym.com. But if anything, like, get inside your own heart, get inside your own brain, get inside your own mind, and just know that you can heal. It's in you to heal. You have the exercises, you have the process and the strategy, you have the community, and you have the coach. So I got you. I got you. I'm with you. I'm walking with you. And some days are harder than others for me. Some days I get really busy. But eventually, we'll meet. Eventually, our comments will meet, and you'll get the help that you need. So you guys keep marching forward. You guys keep rocking and rolling. And let's keep doing this together. All right? So tomorrow may be your day. Don't give up. Stay focused. Keep doing things. It's brick by brick, step by step, inch by inch. Again, like I said, if you can walk 3 steps, you will walk 30. If you can walk 30 steps, you can walk 300. And if you can get yourself out of a chair, you can do this. If you can get yourself moving better in a chair, you started the process. I'm with you. I got this. You got this, and we're moving forward together. You guys have an awesome day. I love you to pieces, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
For more information on the MS Gym, check them out at themsgym.com on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you'd like to know what I've been up to lately, you can find me at brookslick.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of the MS Gym Podcast.